Greetings, programs. I'm Rus McLaughlin, and this is Apparent Gaming, where I spend a few minutes telling parents a little something about their kids' video games. And maybe you've noticed when your kids are talking about their video games, or to them, that they start speaking in some strange, secret alien language that makes no kind of sense except to them, and that's only because they are. It's what makes gamers so very, very cool. Slang and terminology in video games is everywhere and in everything. But if you're tired of getting left behind after 2 seconds of conversation while your child rolls their eyes at what kind of a dork you are, I'm here to help. Because I know all the words.
Hey Dad, who's the turtle Kage?
All the words. I'm going to get through as many of these in the next few minutes as I can, but be aware that some of them are technical terms widely used in the industry, while others are slang terms that your kids invented because internet's told them to. I'm not going to make any distinction because they're not, but be aware that some of these things might be a little bit more evergreen than others. So, get ready, set, go. Campaigns are the story mode where you work through a series of missions and or levels to advance the narrative, reach the end, and beat the game. You don't win a video game, you beat it. Most games are built around the campaign mode, and depending on the game, we could be talking anywhere from 6 hours to 200 hours of gameplay, which ain't bad for the money. Co-op is cooperative play, a subset of multiplayer where 2 or more players team up to get things done together instead of trying to annihilate each other like they normally would. There's online co-op, which is played online, and local or couch co-op, where you're playing with people sitting right next to you in your own home. And if you're interested in couch co-op, then what you want to look into is Nintendo. It's practically part of their company philosophy. A lot of games have a very linear design. You start at point A and advance straight through the levels to points B, C, D until you finish it. Open world games are a little different. These drop you into a single wide open map and give you the freedom to go where you want and do what you want, even if that means totally ignoring the missions that advance the campaign and bypassing the optional side quests so you can just go ride horses or drive cars or make trouble. Open world games tend to be long and a little bit more on the adult side because with great freedom comes great irresponsibility. Wait, is that how it goes? Raids are long, brutal, multi-stage, mechanically complex missions that generally require an organized group of players to complete, usually for top-tier rewards. Raid challenges typically take anywhere from 3 to 6 hours to clear and go way above and beyond anything else you'll see in that game. And your team needs to coordinate and communicate flawlessly to pull it off. But when you do... So this one goes back to the old Dungeons and Dragons days. Some games give you XP, or experience points, for doing game things, like taking out enemies or completing missions. And once you hit a certain XP cap, you go up a level, which unlocks new abilities, equipment, or rewards. Leveling up is a game designer's way of spreading out those rewards and slowing players down from becoming too godlike in the first hour of the game. You gotta earn that godhood, buddy. AFK is short from away from keyboard. You're stepping away from the game for a moment and you're telling people you're playing with that you'll be right back, probably because your parents are making you do something or you just need a quick bio break. You can probably figure out what a bio break is. And yeah, people say AFK even if they're not actually on a keyboard, because your reality means nothing to us. Loot is stuff. Guns, armor, ammo, equipment, upgrades, basically anything dropped by a defeated enemy or just lying around ready for you to swipe and make your own. And sometimes when the loot falls fast and free, it's part of the core gameplay loop. You kill an enemy, grab their loot, use that loot to kill more enemies and grab better loot, so you can kill more enemies and grab even better loot. So good. So good. Loot boxes are different. These are packages that give you a handful of randomized items to use in-game. And games that use loot boxes generally give you one whenever you level up, but they also let you buy them with real money if you're willing to roll the dice and see what you get. The boss is what's waiting for you at the end of a level or a long mission. A big, bad bullet sponge with tons of health, overpowered attacks, and murder in its heart. Boss fights are exercises in survival while wearing your enemy down, and the end boss is the uber honcho you've got to bust up to beat the game. In Japanese games especially, you always have to beat the boss 3 times to defeat them, and they usually transform into new and bigger and deadlier forms from each stage. I mean, why not just start with your final form and squish me up front? Rhetorical question. Rhetorical! Some games, instead of dying when you're shot up, you are knocked, as in knocked down and incapacitated. This might leave you totally helpless. You might be able to crawl away pathetically until you bleed out and die, somebody finishes you off, or a teammate revives you. Those scumbags never revive you. Well, first you've got to pronounce it right. It's not yeet, it's yeet. This is when you grab some chump and throw them off a high place. But yeet has also become just a general expression of joy, like
Yay!
Yeeting is not to be confused with booping, which is when you use a weapon with a strong kickback to knock someone off the map, which is just as fun, but not as celebratory.
Boop! No, that's not working for me.
Aimbots are cheats, specifically cheats that automatically aim for you in a multiplayer shooter so you effectively can't miss. Anyone caught using an aimbot gets permanently banned from the game by the developer. And kids might throw out, he's using an aimbot if someone is completely trashing them in a match. It's basically calling someone a cheater. That's possible. It's also possible they're just better than you. If you're the one good player on a team of ding-dongs who are running around in circles at the back of the map while you're taking care of business up front and winning the match single-handed, you're carrying the team. Some weapons and enemies are so powerful they can completely wipe you out in a single hit, whether that's a shotgun at point-blank range or a dripping, squelching, nightmare fuel monstrosity hunting you through a dark hospital at night. True story. Getting one-shotted sucks. One-shotting someone else is the best. Okay, that's probably enough for now, but as you can guess, I am barely scratching the surface of what's out there. But hopefully this is going to be enough to give you a fighting chance when you start having these conversations with your kids, and you will be having these conversations. Because kids need to be able to share the things that are interesting and exciting to them, and it's vitally important to them that you find them just as exciting and interesting. And the first step to that is being able to speak a common language. Plus, it's going to embarrass the hell out of them when you start dropping all these words in front of their friends. Oh yeah.